Guys, welcome to episode 7 of Lexi the Stitch Witch. This is my knitting podcast where I talk about finished objects, works in progress, other things related to knitting and fibre arts, and anything else that I find interesting. So, as you can see, today we are in a completely different setting than usual. That is because I am at my mum's house. So my cat and I relocated to my mum's house for the week around Christmas and New Year's, but I just figured it could be fun to film a video in a different location, and as you can see the lighting is fantastic because I have a big skylight window right here, so let's enjoy that while we can, shall we? It is currently New Year's Eve, the last day of 2025, and in a few hours we are leaving to celebrate with some family friends. So I figured let's not make this any longer than it needs to be and just jump right into the intro. Right, so welcome, and let's start with what I'm wearing. Now, as you can see, this is a knit Colorwork jumper. However, I did not knit this, as you can probably guess. This is incredibly detailed, incredibly beautiful, and I actually found this secondhand, so this is thrifted, and it's really, really warm. I just wanted to show it to you. If I come up a bit closer, you can see these really cool clasps. And you can see this beautiful motifs here and this border band, which is quite common, I believe. And this is a steeked cardigan. But yeah, it's very beautiful. It is incredibly warm. This is outerwear for sure. So I'm going to take it off now because it's too warm. I just wanted to show it to you. Look at these floats. That is almost as cool as the pattern itself. So underneath that, I am wearing this green polo shirt, and then I'm also wearing my hand knit socks. So this is what I'm going to be wearing to our New Year's celebration, and I realised I forgot to put my earrings on and my necklace, so I want to show you actually, because, oh, you're sliding around because I'm not used to filming in here, so my setup is a little bit janky. So these are Scottish sea glass earrings by Roche. I think that's how you pronounce her brand name. And they are from Edinburgh. these little pieces of brown sea glass. So this girl who runs Roche, she basically goes around and collects different sea glass from all over Scotland and makes jewellery out of them. So I'll just take these little... There you go. Very nice. And then this beautiful box holds a necklace that was left to me by my paternal grandmother. So this is, I believe, an amethyst, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So I figured I would wear it tonight as a sort of premiere outing. Now, I don't remember ever seeing my nana wear this, so it's possible that she did and I was just too young to notice, but like that. Cute. So I'll probably wear it on the outside like this because I think that looks sort of cute. Okay, there we go. And then, yeah, I mean, my hair's not going to be in a claw clip all night, but that's the look. All right, so that was a bit about what I'm wearing today and why I'm looking so fancy. And I just figured we should jump right into my finished objects. Right, so my first finished object is... It's so beautiful. Okay, so if you've seen my previous episodes and also if you've seen my Vlogmas, you will probably know what I'm talking about. These are my Kitten Catch Mittens by Florence Miller. Look at this. Oh, wow. So here's the colour work for the little cats. And I haven't properly wet blocked this yet, by the way, so... And then here's the Latvian braid and the corrugated ribbing. And here is the hand part, or the palm part, with this really lovely repeating motif. And then on the thumb, there's a little fishy. Ah, it's so cute. So these are all finished now, and I've worn them every day since I finished them. I did finish them in time for Christmas Eve, which was my own deadline for myself. So this is what they look like on. They are slightly too large for me, which is expected because I did use thicker yarn and larger needles. But if I have them like this, you can see sort of this is the extra bit. So it's really not very much. And for the thumb, it's almost nothing. So they are a bit wide, but that just means I can spread my fingers like this. They are so warm, so soft, so cozy. I feel so fancy every time I wear these. I've gotten so many compliments on them. These are lovely and the pattern was so fun to work up. So that's the Kitten Catch Mittens, and the yarn that I used for these is 100% Swedish alpaca yarn by Majsans Alpacka. See if I can show you the label properly. There. And they are from the alpaca named Bessie and the alpaca named Bianca. So one of them is the cream coloured and one of them is the brown. And I bought this at a sort of wool farmers market event earlier this year. And I do still have some left, but I already moved it back to my place since I finished these before Christmas. So that's that. Don't really have much to say about these because I love them. I wear them all the time. I highly recommend the pattern. Florence has written the pattern in a very concise way, and the colourwork chart is very easy to follow along with, and the colourwork itself is, it's not repetitive, but it is similar. So you never really feel like you're lost. You just have to keep track of what round you're on. So I highly recommend both this yarn and this pattern. And yeah, that was my first whip of the day. The Kitten Catch Mittens by Florence Miller. Right. So that was that. Now for my second finished object. This is also my last finished object for this episode. This is a long time whip that you guys have seen multiple times on this channel already, and it's been my on-the-go project that I've done on movie nights with my family and things such as that. So I haven't been working on this in a dedicated manner at home really. So now that I've been spending a lot of time with family playing board games and watching TV and such over the holidays, I did manage to finish this work in progress yesterday. So I am incredibly excited to show you my finished Musselburgh hat by Ysolda Teague. And as you can see, this doesn't look like a hat. It doesn't look like a beanie at all, but that's because it's just one big sort of sausage tube, and what you do is you fold so that one end goes into the other, and just like that you've got a beanie. So let me put it on for you. This might ruin my hair, but that's all right. So obviously you can either wear it sort of as a slouchy beanie. This was how I wore my beanies a lot when I was a teenager, when I was sort of like cool and emo, you know, but obviously not in this colour. But I think the idea of how I'm going to wear this one is I'm going to fold up the brim like this so that it covers sort of, so that it sticks close to my head, and that's it. I probably could have made it a little bit longer because now it's just short of covering my entire ears. I often find that hats are, you know, too tight around my ears anyway, so I don't really mind. And I don't get super cold, so I feel like this is going to be perfect. I am beyond ecstatic at how this beanie turned out. I'm so happy. Oh, by the way, cat. So I'm very happy with this, but I'm going to take it off now. And this is made in, hang on, do I have, yes. So the Musselburgh hat I kept in this cute little project bag, and I do have a tiny bit of yarn left. So this little fabric bag was sewn for me by my baby sister, and then she crocheted some drawstring straps, and it's so cute, and I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of this one. So I do have this much yarn left. So as I said, I could have made it a bit longer, but honestly, I followed the pattern, and at that point, I was just fed up. I wanted to be done. I just decided, no, I'm starting the decreases. This is it. So this is Alpaca Silk by Sandnes Garn, and this is the second skein that I used. So I did have to crack into a second skein. This is, hang on, give me a moment. This is 70% baby alpaca and 30% silk, and it is approximately 200 meters per 50 grams. And this is the colorway 7221. It's this really light minty ice blue. I love it. It's very soft. It's got a slight fuzzy halo, and I love the way that it looks. I think it fits me very well. I think it complements my skin color quite nicely. So I think I'm going to get a lot of wear out of this during the winter, and there's plenty of winter left. I mean, we're only just through December today. So that was the Musselburgh hat by Ysolda Teague in Sandnes Garn Alpaca Silk. So that was it for my finished objects for this episode. Now I do have two whips to show you, and you've seen both of them before. So let's move on to my works in progress. So in these two project bags that I got from a Christmas market I went to this year are my two current whips. But let's start with this one. Now I haven't worked a ton on this in December simply because I wanted to finish some of my other whips, like the mittens and the Musselburgh hat, and also my second work in progress that I will show you in a minute. So I haven't worked a lot on this, but I will take it out of the bag and show you. Now, I haven't got a hanger, so you're gonna have to deal with just looking at this as I hold it up. So this is my work in progress of the Cloud Sweater by PetiteKnit. So as you can see, I am down sort of by the waist, a bit longer, and I'm just working along. It's just endless stockinette until I finish the body, and then I pick up the sleeves and the collar. So there's not much to say about this. You've probably seen this before, and yeah, it's very, very warm, very soft, very squishy. So I would try it on, but it is on short needles, and I don't have any barber cord or extra needles with me. So next time that I show this, I will try to have the body done so that I can show you how it fits on. The yarn that I'm using for the Cloud Sweater is Softest Alpaca by Mode at Rowan. It's this very, very fuzzy and soft and light and airy blown yarn, I think. And it is 70% alpaca, 7% wool and 23% recycled nylon. It is 130 meters per 50 grams, and this is the colorway 19, and I believe it's called Bliss. So it's this very, very light baby blue, sort of sky blue. It actually looks exactly like the sky looks right now, so maybe I'll take a little picture and show you later on how well this matches. So this is truly my cloudless sky sweater. And it's very squishy, very soft, and I'm just slogging along. So that was it for my work in progress of the Cloud Sweater by PetiteKnit. And I'm not going to say anything more about it now, but hopefully next time I will have finished the body so that I can show you how it fits. Now let me stuff that back in the bag. Place that there. I'm just sort of amassing a pile of everything I've already talked about here, but deal with it. All right, my second and final whip is in this project bag, and I'm just going to pull this out so that I can show you properly. Now, I have done quite a lot of work on this one, but because it's bottom up, you can't really see the progress that I made, which is quite sad, but anyway, less talking. So this is my work in progress of the Ginger Zip by Joan Ho. It's this gorgeous all over structure quarter zip jumper with 2x2 rib along the sides, and then this really interesting cable pattern in the center of the front and the back panels. And then at the bottom, it's got 1x1 rib. So this is just absolutely beautiful. And I have gotten quite far. As you can see, it's sort of up to the bottom of my chest at the moment. So I've got a bit more to go before I split for the sleeves, because I do want this to be quite long and a bit oversized. And I know it looks like it's going to be negativities at the moment, but that is because it is cabled and ribbed. So once I block this, I'm hoping that it's going to bloom along the sides and sort of open up and be a bit wider. But yeah, this is how long I've gotten. Oh, cat is here trying to chase the yarn. I'm so excited about this. And this is maybe one of the first times that you can actually see almost the correct colour that this has, because the lighting in my old bedroom at my mum's house is much better than I have at home in my flat. So it's this really deep, almost purpley burgundy in Tweed Recycled by Sandnes Garn, which is my favourite yarn at the moment. I have the Care Sweater also in this yarn, but different colours, that I have worn previously. And this is the red colour. I'm in love with this. I really wanted this to be finished for Christmas, but I think this is going to be great as sort of a January, February wear. And yeah, I'm just slogging along. I'm just working along on this. I do need to be able to focus, so I can't do this whilst, you know, watching something with my family or playing a board game or hanging out or anything like that, because I will get distracted and just start doing 2x2 rib in the round and forget all about the cables. So I do have to keep track of what round I'm on, because like the cables are not just fully aligned side to side, they are slightly offset, so you do have to keep very close track of what round you're on. That brings me on to my row counter. So that is the reason that I have this handmade row counter that I made out of friendship bracelet materials. When I finish a round, I move this little clasp that I have here to the next number, and that helps me keep track of what round I'm on. So as I said, this is Tweed Recycled by Sandnes Garn. I don't have any fresh balls, but this is what the label looks like. And this is 80% extra fine wool, 20% cashmere, and it is approximately 175 meters per 50 grams. And this burgundy red colorway is the color 4085. So not much else to say about this at the moment. I'm just working along on it whenever I have sort of the ability to really focus. And it's just going to have to take as long as it takes. But I really want to wear this, you guys. So that was my work in progress of the Ginger Zip by Joan. Right, let's put that away. Right, so that was it for the finished object and the works in progress. Now let's move on to my acquisitions and plans. All of the yarn I have acquired since the last podcast episode were Christmas gifts from my family members. Let's start with these two. So I got 2 skeins of each of these, but I'm only showing you one. And this is Tanja by Falkgarn. It's just standard acrylic yarns. And I will probably incorporate these into my blanket, I think. So thank you very much to my little sister for getting me these. And this, it's the light grey colour, and this one doesn't have a name, it's just colour 810. So Tanja by Falkgarn. Now, the second yarny gift that I got was from my mother and my stepdad, and I had told them about what I wanted and they came through. So my mum had to call around to lots of different yarn shops and she managed to get me more Tweed Recycled. So this is only 3 of the skeins. She did get me quite a lot more. She got me 7 skeins, I believe. So that's enough for another jumper. And this is just more of the sort of foresty army green that I made my care sweater out of. And as you can see, I love green. So I'm so happy about this because the care sweater is a Colorwork jumper. Actually, I have it here. Give me a moment. So this is my care sweater. Oh, it's so gorgeous. This is my care sweater, also out of Tweed Recycled, and here's this green, as you can see, but this is a Colorwork jumper, and I just want to have like either a vest or just a solid stockinette jumper with this green that I can wear. So this is the same yarn as I just showed you for my whip, but this is the colorway 9585. So I got 7 skeins of this, which will definitely be a second project at some point once I decide what I want to do with it. And this yarn I'm just going to hoard like a little dragon and keep until I find the perfect project, because as I've said previously, Tweed Recycled is currently a discontinued yarn from what I've been able to find from Sandnes. So once this is gone, it's gone. So yeah, I'm going to hold this very tightly until I find the perfect project for them. So that was my second acquisition of the day. Thank you to my sister and thank you to my mother for these yarns. Now I'm quite satisfied that that was all the yarn that I got, because I don't want to build my stash up too much, because as I've said previously, I do want to do a stash busting series for 2026 and organise all of my yarns, go through them all, put them all in Ravelry, and then make a plan for how to use them, basically. Oh, my cat is in the little like shelf that we use as a nightstand here in my old bedroom. She's sitting inside of the shelf. She's so cute. Right. Anyway, sorry, back to what I was talking about. But yeah, so I don't want to sort of gain too much yarn. But that brings me on to a little special part of this episode that is not usually in these episodes. So in my previous podcast episodes and also in my Vlogmas series, you will have seen me talk about my mini yarn skein advent calendar, and that was the Alpaca sock mini skein advent calendar 2025 by Pernillas Kreativa. And I've opened all the yarns in my Vlogmas videos. Oh, cat wants to go under the blanket. In you go. She's so cute. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I've been opening them in my Vlogmas. But because I moved over to my mum's house before Christmas and I sort of had a lot to do, we got distracted, we had a lot of things to prepare. That means that I actually didn't open days 23, 24 and the large full skein for day 25 of December. So I brought them with me, but I just completely forgot about them because everything was busy. Christmas was going on, Christmas was happening, and I also have not done the final 2 puzzle advents from my Ravensburger puzzle advent calendar. So I do have 2 mini skeins left to open and the large skein, which I'm very excited about. So I figured we could just open these now. So this is day 23 of Pernillas Kreativa mini yarn skein advent calendar. Oh, that is very, very colourful. Oh, that's very nice. So you've got these muted blues and almost purples, and then extremely vibrant greens. Just shouty greens almost. That is so, so bright and so fun. So that was day 23, very exciting. And for the final mini skein, day 24, we have this one. Oh, I like this one. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at these colours. They're like sort of ruby, dark rose, mixed with some light rose colours and some almost purpley bits. I really like this one. What a day to finish the mini skein advent on. Honestly, this is gorgeous. And I know that this is going to look great with some of the other mini skeins, but I don't have them here right now, so I can't compare. But in my next podcast video, I think I will try to show all of them to you all together. So that was day 24, the final mini skein. now we get to the really exciting part, full skein. So I think this is just the same yarn, but full skein, so 100 grams. Oh. Oh my God, this was not what I was expecting, but I am so happy with this. Oh my goodness. Do you see these colors? Oh, wow. Oh, that is even better than I was expecting. How come, I mean, how lucky am I that the full skein is my favorite out of the entire advent. So here you see her label as well, this really cute fox. And this is, yeah, alpaca sock, 100 grams, 400 meters, so just a fingering sock yarn. And it is 60% superwash merino, 20% superfine alpaca, and 20% nylon. And it doesn't seem to have a colorway written on it. So I don't know if this is actually something that you could get from her website or not. So thank you, Pernilla, for this yarn advent. Hashtag not sponsored. I'm so excited for that. Oh my goodness. Now, that was it for the acquisitions, and I just want to briefly mention my plan for my next cast on. So, in Sweden, on New Year's Day, it is tradition that you just take it easy, laze about on the sofa, eat some leftover food, and watch Ivanhoe on TV. And this has been a tradition since as long as I can remember, since before I was born, I think. And it just, Ivanhoe goes on the TV every single New Year's Day in Sweden. So it's tradition to drink lots of tea, eat leftovers, hang around with your family, and just laze about, watch Ivanhoe, and take it easy. So I'm planning to cast on a new pair of socks tomorrow to knit on, because I need a new on-the-go project now that my Musselburgh is finished. So if you watched my other videos, you have seen this yarn in my first ever video, I believe, from when I went to Sy- och Hantverksfestivalen, which is a very big sort of fibre convention in Sweden. And I bought this sock yarn from Underbart Garn I Kalmar. So this is a one-of-a-kind glitter sock skein that I bought from Underbart Garn I Kalmar. And it's this beautiful purple, actually sort of amethysty skein. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the sparkle comes from Stellina. So this is 75% merino, 20% nylon, and 5% gold Stellina sparkle. And it's just, yeah, it's just a fingering sock yarn, 400 meters. So this is going to be socks for myself. And I thought when I bought it that I would cast it on immediately, but then things happened. So I didn't. So because there's some variegation and because of the sparkle, I don't think I want to do anything textured with this. I think I'm just going to do standard stockinette sock. And I'm going to do them 2 at a time, and I'm going to do toe up, because I did that for the gift socks that I knit for my best friend for Christmas, the brainless socks that I showed in my previous podcast episode. And I really liked doing bottom up socks because I didn't have to worry about running out. I didn't have to sort of worry about, oh, is the foot going to be long enough? You know, I could just do the cuff however long I wanted. So I think I'm going to do that with these as well. So we'll see. But this will probably be my cast on tomorrow on New Year's Day. All right, so that was it for everything I wanted to share today. Now I'm going to clean this mess up on my bed and make it all cozy and pretty again for my cat. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say except look forward to my stash busting videos that are going to start in January. I hope you've had a wonderful 2025 and let's do our best to make 2026 even better. Thank you, Happy New Year and goodbye. Come on, man. Oh, they're upside down. A mess. Right, so now I've got a lump of love. I will say though, this top is very warm. Maybe I'll recreate this. Oh. The yarn I burnt force game. Making like a woodwork. Maybe that's what I can do with it. Anyway, that's not for now. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.